you gotta come on. It's not good. It's not a good look. We're going into the second map of the second match of day number 5.
You know what? You know what's bad when even like the first game, the chat is just riddled with like Sag, Brett, Sag.
Yeah, because everyone has them on their team. And then there's that one guy's just going like, poggers or something like that, and is just having a great time. He's like, I didn't pick him. You guys are all. He's gonna end up on number 1.
I feel like, to be honest with you, Ox and Floppy are like the real picks, because I feel like, if you want to get a little insider here, here's the thing, everybody's picking Brett, and it's understandable. But if you want to pass those top leading boys, you have to kind of gamble a little bit, especially if you're behind for the week, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta pick.
If you're behind, if you made some mistakes, you gotta go for the high risk plays.
You gotta go for the high risk
here.
The high risk, no reward. And so we haven't seen Murrow in a while. Since for day one,
the map pool,
I feel
like yeah.
I think Scott and Hitman got a lot of Murrows. On like last Wednesday.
And we've seen teams kind of unsure, especially on attack, how to deal with some of it. And there's a lot of spotting games and a lot of movement. And with an 8-minute timer, it's a much more difficult map to play. And also with the changes with the change. This was 3 years ago.
All forest. So are they going to do a forest play?
The lack of bushes by the 2-cap now means there's less things on.
Is Dark trying to get shots off on Wally, or is he destroying a specific building?
Wallhack's going straight to that church in his IS-7. Very aggressive play. And if I know Wallhack doesn't like to really sit too turtly on Murrow defense, he's going to want to ideally take one side or the other if he gets the opportunity. And this position here is not a position that you really, go to and then have everyone sit still. And you can see already Brett is starting to push up that one line. Will he go past the E1 bush or not? And they don't really have any intel. They probably saw some trees. The
only thing Wally probably heard so far is a couple shots, right? They definitely didn't connect. So they probably heard a couple shots.
To see if anyone's there.
And
the thing is, people can sit at C4 really
correct.
Safe without them
and and good players can like listen to how fast it's going off and be like, oh, that's like a bad chat shooting, or something like that.
Yep, by the caliber and the type. And the only way they'll see the trees go down is if they're in draw distance of the trees going down. Otherwise, the trees will appear as if they're still standing. If you did not know this, if you're out of draw, so if you're at C1 and you're panning your screen all the way over to the 0 line or the 9 line, and someone's knocking down trees, you won't see them go down. They'll just, once you get into draw distance, they'll magically just disappear.
Ooh, look at Bloop, and they're kind of pushing into the city here.
Yeah, the double PM is going in. Dark Ninja's hanging out at the house. Nexus is on that K-line IS-7, K6 spot. Bloop taking a shot. He is aiming in. He takes another hit before he decides to move. The Kron Coma landing. It looks like
Wally's trying to clean sweep north here, because even he left the church and he's going more north.
And they're going to get off of the cap and actually flex back now and not try to get a cap prep.
This is not the team to do that against, though. The reason why
to stay on the cap at that point.
Because here's the thing.
Because
if he gets off the cap, they're gonna rotate. Like you're not gonna catch these. Because look, I think they're trying to catch. Look at this. They're trying to catch somebody like at A. Like maybe they think there's somebody who's gonna play really aggressive, like we saw Supernova play, right?
Right.
Where he just started clipping into the forest at like A7, A8, and I think they expected that. Or maybe they think that like North is going to be really weak and they left somebody there, so they're like going to get a free pick. I mean, Brett in that bowl, he's not free.
And the CS and the Kron will have shots the whole way.
Brett is not free, but he's currently like 60% off with the coupon code. Where's my team?
And so actually getting out a little too far ahead, they have to slow it down. And I mean, you can see Floppy's just sitting there aimed in.
But if the Kron is also looking, it is like 20% off is RNG in our favor.
Yeah, it looks like Kron is not looking, and he would have to turn for the push, but
It depends on
we've
how
seen these
late or
eight,
early they. Ooh, what the?
and they sent the bat
Ooh.
jet back to the. Okay, so
Wait a
they did that,
minute.
and now
They're
they want to
trying
bait
to
the
wait. They're going to bait Floppy and Brett going together, crossing into the A line. That's what they're doing.
So it looked like it was going to be external and Ferret,
Right.
and maybe I believe it was Dark Ninja doing the push.
Correct.
But now they're going to make them do the push because they feel like that's the answer. They say with Wally where he is in the I7 and where they are on the 3 line, and with our I7 out of K6, they aren't going to send anyone that way. So let's just try to bait this. And if they
this is actually
out,
really
can maybe get shots from F6.
I wonder what external is running. Brett is gonna go here soon. Oh my god, Brett's gonna get picked.
They're gonna go. It's a 2-on-2 of
it's back to it's back to 60% off, maybe 70% off. And where's my team?
Gonna have shots as he drives in on the other side, and Brett taking the first volley. It's very close. Will external be able to get the kill?
He does, but he gets, but he dies too.
It's an even trade, but the I7 and Kron are pushing onto the
Floppy is looking for shots on the Kron, while Bloop is about to get picked. He's about to get clipped, is what I meant to say.
And he gets the shot, and he will.
He's gonna have one more, then he's gonna go on reload while Floppy is trying to get butt shots on all these guys in here. PM is just gonna be picked down next.
If he wants to get it out.
Correct.
They're down too much. And
Floppy is in a 1v1 with Ferret, and I mean it's just Dark Ninja and now Nexus, and so it looks like Jack is AFK is gonna pick this up.
They were not able to use, I think, Dark Ninja's clip effectively there on that push. And one of their VZs we'd seen taken, I think, 1,000 damage early on from a double shot from the Kron. And that just ended up being enough of an HP differential. And the STB was kind of out of the fight, and the Batchet was kind of out of the fight. But then they also have their IS-7 out of the fight. He gets some occasional shots in, but they weren't able to focus a gun down. And that was just too much. I think they needed their Batchet in there earlier. And even if they did, I mean, their IS-7 is just out of the fight. So maybe what they had to do is, well, I guess the I7 gets spotted on the cap is the problem. I think they had to do something.
I just want to point out this is like really weird. Like
weird, yeah.
Well, no, it's like this is the third. We're going into the third game, and Brett got like picked like that, and he's already had like two, like like it wasn't his fault one of the games. And then actually, none of these games are his fault. He's just in those positions where he's playing aggressively because he has to, because he's the offside Batchet, right? And he's getting getting. I don't know, after 3 battles like that, I mean, he's such an experienced player. He's probably not tilted, but he's definitely kind of like aggravated. I know, especially.
I think as long as they win, he'll feel fine.
True, he is kind of like
if they win this, this game, obviously they're going to. It's like he's like, okay, whatever. But you know what? Nexus is I7, and we've seen the strat run by Flare before on stream. It's a powerful position on the K line, but
why is it so close? HP wise, this is actually insane.
No interest in making that IS-7 relevant, and because they just fought completely with the idea that IS-7 isn't going to be in the fight, they were just up a tank everywhere. And that IS-7 just, if it was a faster vehicle that could get in there or something, maybe, but they had to kind of read the situation eventually and go, you know what, they're not gonna play here. We need to get him closer or something. God. But post game stats. Floppy, more than 3K. You said he's a sleeper player. He's a core player. And Ox right behind him, 2,600. Anthony 2K. Wallhack 2K. Coma 2K.
Nobody, see, that's the thing though, is like they won't listen to me. They're still gonna pick the people they pick. It's okay, whatever. I'm just trying to help out people. It's whatever. Should I?
So after that first 1-0, now it's a quick 2-1. The Jack is AFK. They the last 2 games they looked like they got up early and they kind of kept staying up, but more so in the cliff than this because it's Muravanka and it's
right.
Getting those 2 shots in the VZ on defense is such a wonderful feeling because it's before anything's really happened and they just kind of go up 1,000 HP. Is like, oh, that makes things a lot easier.
I think this is when Jack just starts what's it called? Where you're creating distance. Like I think this is where pull. I think this is where they start pulling away.
Okay.
I think is Murrow. What do you think of Murrow? You think it's a 1-1? I don't think it's a 1-1. I think Murrow.
It should be a 1-1.
It should be a 1-1, but like that's the thing though. if for example, if Jack is AFK, forces like a brawl, like they have like 3 heavies go on like 1 cap, right? And they force a brawl. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I don't know if they win that unless for whatever reason Jack is AFK is not ready for, or sorry, Team Flair's not ready for it or something. But yeah, you're right. Like it's if Flair has anyone that kind of sticks out their head a little too far and kind of bleeds or exposes themselves as a pick, I think Jack AFK is very good at pouncing on that. And but that first Cliff game, I mean, Jack AFK looked a lot different than they did in these last 2 games. They looked like they were more. First game they looked completely caught out and defeated, and then the last 2 games they did not look like that at all. They looked like they knew what they were doing and they had all the time in the world on that Murabot.
Well, here's what it comes down to as well. Jack AFK, they picked Cliff. Team Flair picked Murrow. But then they just lost their attack. I mean, their defense. Wait. Yeah.
Attack.
That's
Flair just lost their attack.
Okay, yeah.
Tank picking has started, and Jack AFK leads it with double IS7.
I was just checking there. So that was just really interesting. Go back to the clean feed. We see the tank picks.
To see double Super Conqueror on defense, they're very slow, but they're very powerful. And if they see double IS7, maybe they're just thinking we want to have those types of high DPM machines. And Flair bringing a T100 and double bat on defense.
Yeah.
I think we saw them use T100 a lot. And I think on defense, you have to really know what you're going to use it for, because they're losing a gun. Not losing a gun, the T100 still can do some damage.
They weren't the team. I think that was No Hard Feelings that.
Oh, was it No Hard Feelings?
It was No Hard Feelings that had the potential to like pressure the cap at one point, and they didn't.
Right.
They pushed mid. No, they flexed all the way around. Was that No Hard Feelings? I can't remember what team that was, but that was just a really scuffed Murrow game.
And Chaka's AFK don't look like they want to play Forest with this lineup. They may split. I don't know. Like, they may be sending the I7s towards cap. They may be sending the Kronwagen to just.
I mean, look at it. 2 IS7s and 277. That could be a cat fast.
It absolutely could be.
With 2 bat shots, like getting those angles, and then Anthony being like right up above them, right, to hold the ridge, so he could keep the other Kron down. And the
it looks like they are beginning with a split. It's a double bat check going to the Forest. I believe 1 IS7 is going to the 4 line or the 6 line. Yes, it is. Wallhack's going there.
I think I don't think Wally would ever do a cat fast though, because I feel like he
using
would.
a light tank like this for this scout loop. I mean, I guess I get it. Wants to get that information. It just feels like that information has to be really, really valuable. I don't know. Like,
well, it looks like he was. I mean, looks like the Super Conks actually have shots, and they actually are bleeding Floppy here a little bit.
Penetration there.
Ooh, wait, are they actually going to cap? Or are they just looking to take the ridge?
They're sending the Kronwagen and the I7 in, and they actually took more bleed than they gave, because Brett and Wallhacks and Ox, or at least 2 of them, had shots on the sides of those Super Conquerors.
Correct.
So, although Team Flair getting the first blood, I mean, Jack AFK had the last laugh there.
Okay, so they're not putting 3 on cap. They're actually spreading it out so he can get all that crossfire damage, because Wally is 5-head. Unlike me, I am Papega.
Yeah, they're just putting the pressure to make them come in and do something. And right now, depending on when Floppy spots it.
Oh my god, look at the whole team!
There's no way they are stopping.
The whole team!
Luke is stopping just for a second, but they have to continue through, and they
just win this
quickly.
I feel like they win this, because the whole team.
Dark Ninja needs to not get picked by the Kronwagen. He needs to really try to not die.
I mean, it is Dark Ninja though, so
he will go down to a 1-shot external.
Oh my god,
Anthony.
Ammo whack. Bye bye turret.
Yeah, I think that trade
Dark does get picked.
I don't think that they had to send their bats in quite like that to get that pick, because the I7 wasn't going anywhere.
Floppy is actually trading really well in that scenario.
Nexus needs to start driving and get.
Oh my god, PM gets caught on fire. He might burn to death.
He's
barely
200. Yeah, he's at 211. Brett is coming over here to try to cut off.
Oh, look at Brett trying to cut off external. He actually lights him, but the Kron might have shots at that angle.
He could.
Yeah, he does.
Looks like the I7
I'm right.
got a shot.
Oh, was it?
I think the I7 got the
Okay,
shot,
yeah, it has
and
to be
Ox
wider,
finishes off
right?
PM.
Oh,
And
look
Flare's
at
down
Bloop
about
is gonna get
1800 HP.
aggressive.
And he'll get a snap in a Nexus here in a moment. Oh,
No,
Nexus
he misses
bobs and
it.
weaves just at the right moment.
It looks like
And
Anthony
Brett
is kind
getting
of trying
backed
to
off
help
by Bloop.
reinforce him. Looks like Wally's gonna go too.
And Team Flare's a little disjointed. They're disconnected here. They're trying to counter push and actually a little bit of a bounce there on the Bloop.
And who is it? Who is it playing the offside? Ox in a bat chat?
And another bounce. Bloop gets another shot in.
Yeah.
On the other side, in the north, it's
them heat skirts. On the Supercock are no joke.
Another from Bloop, and that time bouncing from wall hacks. Bloop is single-handedly turning this around, and he's just able to show you Super Conqueror reload is so insane, and he's gotten all this 1500 damage out. I mean, he hasn't gotten anything out before that, and he's just preying on it. That shot not connecting.
This is really good for Team Flare. They're on defense, and then they just got that much bleed. That was really good for them.
And they have their T100 and Bad Chat consolidated. External is with Nexus. And the double Bad Chat, Ox, and Brett are going to be running around, but they can reconsolidate, and they have a lot of HP. Ferret got kind of stuck at E1 when they made that push over there.
Is Wally going to start the cap pressure again?
It looks like he will. They have about 4 minutes remaining.
That's actually... Oh, that's actually really smart, because like, what are they going to do? Clear forest with external and Nexus? Like, if, for example, if that bat shot hits all the offside bat shot, if he hits all that shots, it'd be what? It'd be 3 for Nexus and 2 for external.
Being a 2-shot for all.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he literally can clip the bat check and solo clip both of those guys.
But both of the bats actually can going over to the 7-line Brett and Nox linking up, so Bloop can actually come in here and get the reset, or Ferret can push forward and simply get
I feel like it's going to be Bloop and Ferret with like external and Nexus staying on the offside. And the thing is, Anthony, he had a really bad clip against
and if Bloop goes for it, I mean, Brett and Ox have the HP to just kind of dump in. Right. And the Super Conqueror is the gun that you don't want to have get isolated and picked here. The i7 is ideally the one you want to have isolated and picked here if you had to pick one. And he's just not the one that he's got the most HP, and he's just in the position to not
almost be here's is it weird for me to think that they should have just like put 2 on cap and then had a bad chat like just like Overwatch? Because I feel like the thing is, right?
I think they should have kept 1 on and maybe kept the bat at C1 and made them actually come do some pressure
to them, right?
Because they're overdoing it with the forest because Nexus and external's so low. Not much.
Yeah, external is so low.
The i7's making his play.
Mm-hmm. They're just gonna go for it, I think, into the forest.
And he backs off the cap immediately. So Bloop is now actually reading the situation and going forward. And Nexus goes down to Brett in the forest. That's really bad.
That quick? Yeah, they both got their shots up that quick.
3 shots and dead.
Oh my god, look at him. He's using the ammo-racked body of his ally to just dominate. Shots. Yeah, because he's up above him. Because he can just shoot his top plate.
And he's just pen.
Or actually, he's probably just hitting that cupola. Ferret's here now, but I think Wally just focusing.
He will get it, but he's gonna have to penetrate, and he does. He gets the kill, and
he goes down.
Down goes. That's really bad. Bloop goes.
But the thing is, like, it's 2 bats. Anthony is also Anthony has a 19-second reload, so he's already loaded. He's literally getting a clip. Yeah, and all these. Oh my Jesus! What a clean play.
Dark Ninja taking all that damage and actually going down early for that push, when in all seriousness he just wasn't needed there for them to pick that tank. And they
what
really
a play.
If they're going to use him, they need him poking low where he's not just kind of taking damage for free. They had to
doing Wally that is just Wally is really so 5-head. He's so good in this, like in small format. It's just so insane. Like, me and you were like, having Ox and Brett on the offside is kind of weird. But then you think about it, it's Ox and Brett on the offside and bad chats. Like, you gotta think, right? Like,
and Nexus was just exposed. He just went down. He just wasn't like the second that the Super Conqueror went up. The only way they get that is that they just needed the i7.
I swear, whichever one lit him, just put one into him. The other guy put one into him, and they probably just tapped him.
Could have rammed him to finish. I mean, they needed their i7 to just be able to push the 1 line and take E1 and get the resets for himself. They needed to not dedicate the Super Conqueror to go in there and spot
I feel like
that,
Blue.
because that was too much.
I don't want to take
anything to support against the bats.
I don't want to take anything away from Bloop, but because like he did really good. Look at that 4,700 damage. He made it so close because he bled Wally and Anthony, and then he got Wally down to one shot. So let's all come together and blame Ferret for that loss in the IS-7. No,
yeah, if Blue didn't do that damage on that floor line,
correct. It would have been
over a lot sooner. The fact that he did that helped them get a chance to possibly bring it back.
Because I think like
really important. But look at Dark Ninja did one shot of damage. So like, dude, if they're picking this gun and you're a bat check coming in there and you're gonna go down to one shot or no shot, like, and you only can pen one on the IS-7 at point blank, like, just don't go. Just chill. Like, just chill. Don't push in there. Like,
it's
dark,
needs to not dude. If he doesn't, it's dark. He literally had to go in. He had to go in.
That IS-7 is not getting away. He is not getting away.
He had to go in though because he's an autoloader and he has to clip. And it just so happened that he only hit one shot.